Hello, everyone. Um, I hope you're fine. And I decided to prepare this material in order to help you a little bit more with the simple past topic. I know simple past may be a little bit difficult, but don't worry. I'll try to explain you as clear as possible how the simple past works and how to use it. Okay, so that's why I decided to prepare this little presentation, the simple past, in in a brief explanation. So let's go and see what is the simple past. Well, the simple past is used to talk about activities we did or happened in the past, a time previous to the present. The simple past can be as short as some minutes or as long as many years, but that depends on you. Uh, Whatever is not the present is in the past. Now, we define the simple past activities with time expressions, but let's see a little bit of the structure. What is the structure of the simple past? So, in the structure, we have the subject plus the verb in the simple past, plus the object plus the time expression. So, the structure looks like this. I went to the movies last night. Sometimes the time expression can be at the end or at the beginning, or in some cases, the time expression may or may not appear in the sentence, but that depends on other things. But this is the overall structure: subject, verb in the simple past, object of a sentence, and time expression. And here you have again the example: I went to the movies last night. But let's look at a little bit more in detail the structure. For example, the subject. The subject can be different things. For example, personal pronouns like I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. It could be proper names like Sheila, Robert, Rhonda, John, Miguel, Karina, whatever. We have also professions or titles like the teacher, the doctor, the students, maybe somebody else, or other people, people related to us or different to us. For example, my cousins, my mom, my family, my neighbors, my friends, some other people, whatever you want. Okay, this is the subject. It's very important to establish the subject because depending on the subject, um, well, it will depend many other things as well. We have the verb. The verb, it's the most important part of the sentence. Okay, remember in English we have two types of verbs: regular, like this one, or irregular verbs. Regulars and irregulars follow a very simple rule. In the simple past, the regular verbs are the ones that end with ed for the simple past form. The irregulars are the ones that end in a very different way in the simple past. So one is regular because it follows a structure like ed, but the other are irregulars because they do not follow the same rule. So in regulars we have like um, verbs like studied, jumped, visited, cooked, painted, cleaned, waited, dusted, and worked. I repeat: studied, jumped, visited, cooked, painted, cleaned, waited, dusted, worked. There are three different ways of pronouncing the ed ending, but I will explain that later, okay? Now, the regular verbs are very simple as well. The problem with the irregular verbs is that they end in a very different way, and there is no pattern or there is no easy way to learn them better. We have to memorize them. I'm very sorry. And there is a variety of endings for the regular verbs. For example, we have went, ate, wrote, sung, drunk, swam, ran, spoke, did, made, understood, flew. I repeat: went, ate, wrote, sung, drank, swam, ran, spoke, did, made, understood, flew. I know. The most difficult verbs to learn are the irregular verbs, but don't worry, it's all a matter of practice. Okay? Well, let's continue. The object of the sentence, as the sentence says, depends on the verb. When we need to be very careful, when you write a sentence, it must make sense. In order for a sentence to make sense, you need to collocate the words properly. For example, here we have some examples. Uh, went to the movies, to school, went home, or maybe went to the park, went to a party, went to an event, or whatever thing you want. When we use the verb went, or in this case the verb go in the simple past went, we refer like going to a place. Okay, which place? Whatever place you want. Visited. Remember what I told you about I visited to my, or I went to visit? Don't use it. Use visited. That's what the verb is for. Visitar a alguien. So visited my parents, my grandma, some friends. I visited my girlfriend, boyfriend, or I visited a place, maybe. Okay. Ate is the simple passive eat. What could you eat or what can you eat? Whatever you want. For example, I ate pizza, tacos, dinner, ate out. That means when you go somewhere, restaurant or whatever, you ate with friends, you ate alone. Okay, but uh, well, with money you can buy whatever you want. In this case, bought a book, food, clothes, tickets, maybe a computer, sneakers, shoes, um, a house, whatever you want. Played. This is a very nice one. Played soccer, basketball, cards, or maybe a musical instrument like the guitar, the flute, the drums, or play something else. It doesn't have to be a sport, like play board games, play video games, whatever you wish. And now we have the time expression. The time expression is very important. In the sentence of the simple past, or sorry, the simple past sentence, we need to have a time expression. We need to establish when the action happened. In some cases, we may omit or not include the time expression in the sentence, specifically when we answer the question, because in the question there will be the time expression. But let's imagine that you are just writing sentences, and in the sentence you need to include the time expression. One of the most common time expressions is yesterday. That means ayer. So you can say that you went to the movies yesterday, you ate pizza yesterday, or you can use the time expression at the beginning of the sentence, as I told you at the beginning. You can say, yesterday I went to the movies, or yesterday I visited my grandma. The word last refers to the previous of something. For example, last Monday, that means el lunes pasado. Last week, la semana pasada. Last month, last year, last summer, last vacation, last Christmas, last birthday, and so on and so on and so on. Okay? So we refer to the previous of something, the last of something. And we have another important expression, the expression ago. Ago is used to refer to the period of time that has passed uh, with that activity. For example, you can say a day ago, hace un día, 2 weeks ago, hace 2 semanas, 5 months ago, 3 years ago, some time ago, a long time ago. And this is very, very important because it refers to the time that has passed since the time you, or the occasion or the time you did the activity. For example, um, I visited my grandparents 2 weeks ago, or I went to the movies 5 months ago, or I bought my computer 3 years ago, or I traveled outside the country a long time ago. Okay, so this was a very short and presentation in order to help you with understanding how the simple past works. But don't worry, it's not the last one I'm going to make. I am preparing another one in order to explain to explain a little bit in more detail how the simple past verbs work, what are the main differences, and how can we work with them, as well as with the questions. Remember, it's sentences, the negative, affirmative form, questions, open, closed, and of course the use of the verb to be. Yeah, because the verb be in English, it's quite special. Well, I think that's it. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in class. Bye.